Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This evening, I want to start producing around 3 or 4 series of my findings as far as the current ongoing unrest in schools, fires, and runaway in discipline is concerned. And in those findings, I'm going to give probable solutions. Solutions which can be adopted or can be thrown away from the window. But before I talk about those things, allow me say this. The issue we are dealing with right now is deeper than we think. The issue we are dealing with right now concerning students and schools closing down does not have only one person to blame. I can authoritatively look at the camera and say, the government of this Kenya has failed the children of this country. I can categorically and look at the camera and say, the schools, the administrations, and we, the teachers of this country, we have let these children down. We have betrayed them. And we have pushed them into whatever they are going through right now. Number 3, I can categorically and honestly say, parents of these children are the first culprits. They have equally let these children down. Last but not least, the society in general. You can see now, right now, we are having cases of fire, cases of children just becoming unruly. They are now back at home. They are recording themselves on videos. They are confirming to people that they are determined to do this thing. One thing I've come to realize, that we are dealing with something that is deeper than we thought. This thing is not about school fires. This thing started at some point. And now, let us take some time and stop pointing fingers. Everybody right now is saying parents are on the wrong. Government is on the wrong. All of us are in this. And therefore, we need to talk to each other, not pointing, accusing fingers. When I hear colleagues of mine or fellow teachers coming out on social media and recording videos, when I see parents recording videos and giving suggestions that corporal punishment should be returned to schools, I ask them, what exactly is the purpose of corporal punishment in the character or in the discipline management of a child? I can tell you 100% corporal punishment contributes less than 10%. Actually, the only work of corporal punishment is to instill fear and cause what we call temporary deterrence. The challenge is this: where the child has gotten used to caning or has gotten used to beating, corporal punishment ceases to have any meaning or any importance. Corporal punishment is not effective to be mentioned even at this time, because there are teachers who, when given that opportunity, they will beat these children like they are killing them. Corporal punishment is not meant to harm children. Let me go now to my first finding. I yesterday spent time to talk with thousands of students online, virtually. I talked to over 1,000 students virtually yesterday from different countries, from different counties, from different schools, C1 schools, C2 schools, C3 schools, and C4 schools. One reality that has come out openly, and this we must be able to address as a matter of urgency: most schools have closed channels of communication for these children. Let us not lie to each other. And particularly national schools. Particularly these so-called influential schools. Most of these national schools, teachers behave like they are small gods. Principals don't want to listen to most of these children. If anything, most of those principals depend on what deputy principals tell them. Because rarely are they even on the ground. Rarely are they even there. Most of these principals are never there. Some of us are lucky to work with bosses who are always there. In a day or 5 days, he can be in school of 3 or 4 days. Most of these national schools, principals are rarely on the ground. So it is technically the deputies and the heads of departments who are running the schools. So when they come back, they only listen to reports from these very people but rarely takes time to listen to students. So there is total communication breakdown in these schools. In these schools, when children raise issues affecting them, it is converted into acts of discipline, indiscipline. Watoto wakisema kwamba tulipikiwa chakula na haikuwa imeiva vizuri, wanaanza kuwa marked kwamba wamekuwa indisciplined. In a particular class, wanafunzi wakisema huyu mwalimu anakuja darasani na hataki kufunza, anapeana tu notes na hataki kufunza. Huyu mwalimu akikuja anatutusi, anatuongelesha vibaya, anafanya ABCD. Hawa watoto hawasikizwi. The teacher is always right. And so these children, because there is no any mode of communication that has been created, these children have been carrying this grudge and bitterness in them over time. The problem with this issue is here. These children do not know where to go and put this anger. Because the moment the principal has blocked his or her ears, the moment heads of departments have become indunas. In high school, we read something about the indunas. Their work is to micromanage children. Teachers are teaching based on their moods. These children, like for example, you know me, let's say I want to punish a child. And then the child resists. I want to give the punishment and I want to administer the punishment and the child has refused to take that punishment. I'll not go physical on that child. I'll not beat that child. I'll not abuse that child. What I'll do, I'll tell the child to go away and rethink his decision, then look for me later on. I've come to realize most of those children always come, and now you give them an opportunity to express themselves. You realize that actually this thing, in as much as it may look like it is a very big mistake, it is something that can be corrected. I'll give you an example. This very week, a child clicked at me. I found this child with an illegal vest. Then I picked the vest. Then the child clicked at me when going to class. Of course, I heard the click. Then I went and I followed him. Then I asked him, why did you click at me? Then I realized that the boy had panicked. So I didn't punish him. I just left him. 3-4 days later, this boy looked for me. And he told me, Mwalimu, I'm very sorry for what happened on that day. And he explained himself why that happened. And he said that click was not intended. What do most of we teachers do? At that particular point, without even giving the child an opportunity to express themselves, it is beating, it is slaps, it is abuses, it is curses and everything. Dear teachers, I want to request of you, if we want to solve the problems, the generation of children we are dealing with today are children who are expressive. These children will speak their mind. If you place a child in a particular place to go and sit in class and they don't want, they will raise this issue. If you're not teaching them in a manner they are not understanding, they will raise these issues. If you go to class with attitude and you don't have their best interest at heart, these children will raise these issues. Why can't we take this opportunity to pick this as a strong point of this generation and always act on their issues before these things spill out? I want to ask this to the administrations. Why is it that all class walls have been blocked? You don't want parents to raise issues there. When a parent raises issue about their child or their children, those parents and their children are earmarked for profiling and for punishment and for ill motive. Why? This is what is making these children feel the schools are not listening to us, administrations are not listening to us, nobody wants to listen to them. There is total communication breakdown involving schools and these very children. I want to propose this. Is it possible that schools can introduce the old-fashioned suggestion boxes? Let us have suggestion box for Form 1, for grade 10, Form 3, and Form 4. Suggestion boxes that only can be opened by the principal or the deputy or whoever is assigned to do that. Those information, whether they are abuses or what, they can be picked, they can be read, and what can be handled can be handled. Why can't we have another separate suggestion box that is only opened by either the PA chair or the BOM chair? Once in a while or in a month, the PA chair can be able to get the sentiments of the children firsthand before being diluted by the admin. And then these issues are addressed.